Good.
Right. Hello and welcome on today's New Moon Online Women's Circle, here broadcasting from beautiful, summery, sunny Cheshire. We've got almost 28 degrees here. Yay!
Wow.
We could possibly have more people joining us, but they prefer to sit outside having Prosecco, So,
Probably.
so anyway, we're here now and we're having a fabulous time together with Moira coming. Moira joining us. Let me do that. Moira joining us from Canada. Whereabouts in Canada are you, Moira?
I'm near the city of Toronto.
Beautiful, beautiful. I've never been to Canada, but I'd love to come one day. I will definitely come and join you one day. And Sarah, also welcome Sarah, because also from Canada. Where are you based there? Close to Moira?
Very close to Moira, about 20 minutes away. Also close to Toronto, yes.
Beautiful. Lucky you.
We are lucky to live in Canada.
Yay. And welcome to Constance from beautiful Holland.
Yeah, also beautiful weather here.
Yes, yes. And Janet from beautiful Cambridge. And Linda from Loughborough. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. And Linda is actually decided to sit outside, but there's a lot of noise, so that's why you're muted, Linda. Okay, so if you want to say something, you need to unmute yourself. All right. So the same will happen if there's some sort of background noise, and that sort of causes some, you know what I mean. So, right. So new moon in Gemini today. So air sign, very much about movement, communication, and being versatile. So we've got another air sign, I believe. My dear Moira is an Aquarius. Yes. And anybody else with a Gemini, perhaps, or air sign? No? Okay. Right. Sarah, what sign are you?
I'm a Scorpio.
Ah, my dear fellow water sign, I'm a Cancerian. Okay. A Constance is a Cancerian. To Janet?
I'm a Cancerian.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, my God. Okay. Right, let me just unmute you, Linda. Linda?
Capricorn.
Capricorn,
yes.
Okay. Very steady,
Yeah.
ground, earthy sign. All right. Okay. Beautiful. So Gemini is all about, communication. But communication, okay, they are very good at being open and communicative. But the way we like to see it on this call is being communicative. Start the communication, open the communication channels with yourself. Okay, so that's it creates, particularly with new moon, it's beautiful when you allow some space to stay still, to have some peace and quiet, and create that possibility of communication within. And when that channel of communication is open within, you're actually attracting the right people to come and be close to you. And that communication is then even more, I would say, more abundant and more possible for everybody in your life. So that's something that Gemini is bringing in this beautiful new moon energy. And talking about new beginnings and starting something new, I would love to say congratulations to Moira Bush, my guest speaker on this call tonight, who actually she launched a new book, beautiful 8 colors of prosperity. And you can actually purchase it on her website, but also on Amazon, from anywhere you are, ladies. so there you, yay, Sarah. so new beginnings and new cycle starts for the next month, and under the influence of Gemini. And I'd like us to talk about how can we actually create that beautiful foundation, nourish the foundation for new beginnings. But equally, how do you cleanse yourself and clear out any negative emotions or negative ideas that probably stop you from bringing the positive energy in? So Moira, one of your beautiful prosperity colors is olive.
Thank you.
And
Yes.
I'm actually honoring olive today, and I'm wearing it here. And you're wearing beautiful yellow, which actually we need a bit of yellow to create olive, right? So
That's right.
yes, that's right. That's right. So Moira, new beginnings in olive. What is the key ingredient for a new beginning, in your opinion? Okay. Now that I want you, Moira, to talk here, frozen. Oh, this is technology to you, isn't it? You know, that's how technology works. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So anyway, she will come back. Yes? No? Okay. Something is not.
I'm still here for some screening, so I don't know.
Catherine is here. Hello, Catherine.
Hi there.
Hello, my dear. I just asked you to start your video.
I'm not in the very facial mood today.
Okay, all right, my love. No worries.
Yeah.
Okay, just
have not been well. So
no,
and I don't look well.
As long as you're here, that's all it matters. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so let's see whether Moira can actually get this technology working. Moira, can you hear us now?
I can hear you. I can see you.
Oh, good. Okay, right. Let's go back to the question then. Let's go back to the question. The foundation, the key ingredient for a new beginning, in your opinion?
The key ingredient is to get out of your own way. Because very often when we are universe,
Dear.
bringing towards our conscious, and a key ingredient to allow that new beginning to unfold, that the divine hand is at work and not your hand, is you've got to get out of the way of it. Does that make sense?
Yes. Well, in a way, the way I appreciate it from my own experience is that when you need to get out of your comfort zone, you need to say yes to a change. You need to say yes, like Sarah did. I watched your video, Sarah, when you just said 14 years in fitness. I would just say, no, it doesn't speak to me anymore. I'm going to make a start, make something new. And then Calomiris came into your life. There you are. So the connection is not very good. All right. So I
got that.
You got it. Okay, fabulous.
Got it.
Yeah. So yes. So new beginnings. What else would you say that requires a new beginning to make a solid make a solid start? We talked about olive and.
Okay. Yeah, if you really desire a new beginning, how it's going to present itself is it's going to be a challenge. It's going to a new beginning will always feel like, oh, this isn't what I'm comfortable with, taking you out of your comfort zone. A new beginning is always going to challenge you to get a different perspective on your situation, to get education, to get mentors, to learn something new. It will present in a way that you will go, oh, I've got this excuse, I've got that excuse, I can't do this, I can't afford it. You'll find reasons for not taking on your new beginning. That is when you know you're about to have a new beginning. It's when you go into resistance. The only time we go into resistance is at the point where something new presents and our bodies go into fear and says, I can't do that. It is unknown to me. It has a frequency that I'm not familiar with. One of the reasons I love that color that you're wearing, that olive green, is because that's exactly what the color olive green does, is it soothes the body so that you can get out of your own way, and that your body will allow you to step forward into something new.
Okay, right. So are you still in the process of talking, or are you frozen now? I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep it light because it's just.
and those, and the olive, the bottle at the moment, you have to detox to wood.
We
Are
didn't
you
get
there
that.
again?
No. Can you repeat the last thing you said, Moira, about olive? It's just incredible, isn't it?
It's just her that's freezing.
Is everybody having problems hearing me?
Yeah, you go in and out.
Yeah, I would say it would be the farm weather, but it's all over.
Yeah, I know. We've got these
It's been rainy all
storms
day.
out here at the moment. Yeah. I have to. We did double check.
No.
Getting choppy.
Because we did have some problems with our internet. It's not working. I'm on fiber optics, which is the fastest speed.
Yeah, it's stating on my computer that the bandwidth is low.
Boy, I don't know how to help. Yeah.
Would it work if you use your laptop instead of your iPhone, just in case? Because when we did the interview,
I can try that for you. Yeah, I can try that for you. My laptop camera wasn't working earlier. I don't know. This bloody Gemini stuff going on.
Yeah. Well, let me carry on talking while you're getting this sorted.
Communication.
Yes, Mercury communication. Yes. Ah, bless. Okay. Well, Sarah and Catherine, you are very much welcome to join the conversation, bringing your own sort of insights about olive and color energy, because I know you are already involved with it. I believe I don't know whether both Catherine and Sarah, I know you're a teacher of color now, and I'm not sure about Catherine. Catherine, are you also a teacher of color?
Yes, I am. And I'm one of those lucky ones that have that blasted olive in my birth star or birth soul colors, and it's just like Sarah will laugh at this because when I did up my bottles for the numerology, there was olive and green and turquoise, and I'm not a fan of green at all.
Here you are.
I love it. I bathed in it, so.
Okay, so olive then. Olive is very much about space, isn't it? And whenever you're thinking about making a new start, or you need some movement in your life. So decluttering is one of the best ways. So you may have heard me talk about that in the past. I'm very much passionate about the Feng Shui philosophy. So decluttering and releasing anything that you no longer love, use, or need. You may have heard of Feng Shui before, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So olive is very much linked with that kind of energy, the energy of movement. And if you're thinking of somewhere you feel stagnated, somehow you are in this, you cannot make a decision, you're not sure, you're all of that. This is something you need to change something in your environment. So start with your office if you like. Start with your wardrobe. If the clothes you haven't worn for ages, just give it to a charity or something that creates some new space, creates some new energy in your life. So that's.
Oh yeah, I've actually built a sanctuary out in behind our home. So it's finally, it's 98% completed, but it's ready for meditation. And for me, I'm going to start sleeping in there. So I have a husband who is a pack rat. And we are going to be, we're purging hugely because I basically put my foot down, because 36 years of living in the same home, you collect a lot of things.
Yes. And that's the habit, what Moira calls in her book, the poverty habit.
Absolutely. Oh, my husband's terrible. And now we have our 17-year-old grandson living with us. So that's just added a little bit of, it's kind of just put the energy in the house into a bit of a spin, because it's just, living with just the two of us for so many years, and then having a 17-year-old hormonal coming and living with us now is just like egads. So I can see Sarah laughing. She knows my plight.
It's funny. I went through this decluttering as well in my space in my home. And yesterday we were watching this documentary on minimalism and people who are more frequently, getting rid of the stuff that they have so that they can, create the space to bring everything in. So I've been doing that on different physical planes, right? We can do that physically in our homes, but I'm excited. I'm going to be doing these workshops coming up in the next weekend called Expand with Color. And I'm actually taking it in from the physical body's perspective. I think sometimes we hold on to a lot of tension and stress in our physical bodies.
Absolutely.
I'm a yoga teacher as well, so I'm very aware of, when we're stretching our hamstrings or our hips, it's amazing some of the tension that's held in there from so many years. So I'm really excited to be going out with these workshops and releasing from the physical body and combining that with color and see, the effects that can have from just letting go, right? When we let go and create more expansion within our bodies, within our cells.
Yes.
To be able to sense and experience then, who we can become through that expansion.
Beautiful. Yes. Gorgeous. And that's what the color bathing treatment is all about as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. The funny thing is, when I first started doing the my practitioner training and my teacher training, I was drawn to the detox bottle, which is also green olive color. And I was
the wood elemental, isn't it?
Wood elemental, and I was combining that with a parasite cleanse because I'm a nutritionist and yoga instructor. I'm very much about the physical body as well as a body. So I thought, how representative to let go of the parasites, to use the green detox bottle to break free from also the parasites. I want to say within our lives, is putting up those boundaries and setting those distinctions so that we can again let go and make space for the types of relationships and the types of experiences that we want to bring forth into our life. Funny thing though, and Catherine will laugh at this because we did our teacher training together, I ended up getting this skin reaction.
Oh,
so
wow.
As if, I was just saying I am very attached to the physical body. So it was as if I needed this physical demonstration that, something was being released from myself. So happy to say that's all done with.
Yes, and that's also is mentioned in the book that actually when you go through this kind of change, you may get some rashes or some, you're going to get a bit annoyed with different smells. You get a bit sensitive with big crowds as well. It could happen, different people react or different ways. So there's no right.
It showed physically, and it was this irritating, itchy skin. But I was also at the same time irritated inside, right? As I was letting go of different belief systems, it was bringing up these types of irritations that manifested into something
right
physical. So yeah,
I'm going through that right now with a lot of physical pain. Thus, you only get that wonderful static picture of me today. Because if you saw the way that I looked, it would scare the heck out of anybody. But
it's all right. It's all right, Catherine. It's okay. It's okay. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that's the most important thing. So you is that you reckon the reason why you're feeling unwell connected with some sort of release and shifting you're going through now?
Absolutely. I've been going through a huge shift, and it began about 2 weeks prior to my practitioner training, and it's been progressive, but there's been a lot of shifting with myself, and because I work with the energies of the universe, so I'm very sensitive to everything that's happening in and around the universe, and I have been, with the passing of my daughter, have been really forced into feeling the physical or the human aspects of it. So this is a whole totally new world for me. And if it wasn't for Moira helping me through this and getting, allowing me to have a better understanding on what the physical and human aspects are. So it's been, and with Sarah and her hubby, they've, and a couple of their friends, have also been helping, to get a better understanding of that, because but I've been going through a lot of physical pain that's been, unaccounted for in any other aspect. So there's only one other way to look at it. So and what's the biggest is with the lungs with me today. And so it's all about breathing and, I'm not taking a big enough step and deeper breaths for myself, because I've just been like, go with, 'cause there's a lot of things going on and I'm totally out of balance. Completely understand I'm totally out of balance. So this is the universe's way of saying, this is the smackdown.
Yes.
I'm on the floor, on the mat, has to breathe.
In a way, it's a good thing that is demonstrated like that, because at least it is expressed in that way, right? Because
Absolutely.
sometimes if it's not expressed, it's actually hidden, then other things can develop without any, idea what's happening inside.
And it's funny that Sarah, talked about the wood element, because I'm not a lover of green, but I'm continually drawn to the wood element. So it's a combination, and today it was a combination of wood, red angel, and oddly enough, dolphin.
Oh,
and,
lovely.
Yeah. So, and soaking in a bath with that today, and it's helped on a lot of other levels. The vibration of my body feels totally different. So my voice, I can actually talk without sounding like I'm not talking, which makes no sense.
Yeah, the power, the two together, the wood detox with the red angel is actually beautiful together, to work together. So, and then you've got the dolphin there. Constance, you've got dolphin, haven't you? I think you
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
That's
and then it's all about letting go and joyful, and dolphins teach us how to be in the moment as well. It's beautiful.
And I didn't, Moira had suggested the C6 as well, but I didn't want to use that today because of a client that is going to be wanting to test that out. So I just walked around with it, holding it earlier, and it even just the frequencies from it began to help. So now is our beautiful Moira back online? There she is.
Moira, my dear, are you with us now?
I can hear you. I'm literally sitting on top of the signal box. So, I mean, this is like as close as I can get to besides plugging myself into a wall somewhere with a plug. And as we speak, Paul is hot on the trot to speak to the internet people and say, what the hell is going on? My wife can't speak.
Oh, we can hear you very clear now. That's
oh, thank God. So we're at least we're on. I do apologize, everybody. We've had some storms here, and our service providers had some problems. So unlike England, where everything is buried underground in big cables, and here everything's above ground because of the freezing. So weather here does affect communications and hydro and electricity and things like that from time to time. But I'm back.
Yes.
I kind of think for our lady, our ladies who like the 28 bottle, the turquoise and yellow, I had to be in this room to kind of get you the turquoise and the yellow combination. So here I am sitting, new beginnings.
Yes, new beginnings in communication. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fabulous. Thank you, Moira. Thank you. Now, I like to give a flavor of what your book is about to those people that haven't got a connection with the book yet. Those people that are not on call now, but they will be watching later. And the actual, the book the title is called 8 Colors of Prosperity, Ultimate Guide for Turning Your Dead Devils into Love Angels.
That's right.
So if you give us an example, if you like to stick with Olive, that's okay with me, I believe. If you like to bring another example, so show us, what is a dead devil? Why do you call them like that?
It's a terminology I use for the cycles of behavior or patterns that we've got embedded in ourselves that almost compel us or take over our minds and make us do things unconsciously. So, for example, in the book, I talk about, have you ever walked into a room, put down your keys or your glasses, and you walk out the room and you come back and you can't remember where you put them? So it's a scary thought, but you have to ask yourself, who is in charge of my mind and my body that put the keys or the glasses down somewhere where I can't find them now? And it's almost as if you have those lapses of concentration or kind of being really conscious in the moment. And another example is sometimes you take a journey in a car and you drive from one point to another. And when you get to the other side, if you have to say to yourself, what happened on that journey? And do I remember every second of it? And the answer is no. Hence all the car accidents, because we're not fully present in the moment. So who do we give our minds to? Who do we give our power to in those moments that seems to carry on like we're normal people? And it's those energies that I've termed as debt devils, because this book specifically, it's a first of a series of 4 books, and I specifically wanted this book to work at the immediate problems we have in our lives, which is those cycles of debt, where we give our spending power, our savviness when it comes to investments and working with cash to one of those hidden aspects that makes us unconscious. And it's really based a lot on what I've been through, because I've been bankrupt twice, and I've had cycles of poverty and debt in my life for a very, very, very long time, and it's taken me 8 years to kind of get out of it, to rise above it. So this book is a culmination of 8 years worth of really focused, concentrated effort to make sure that I don't have those energies or those devils come in. There's a lot of spiritual teachers who would call them archetypes. Carolyn Myss is the one who calls them, your archetypes are their operating shadow. And then there's other schools of thought who would call it your psychosis or schizophrenia. And the thing is, we're all capable of hosting these energies, and we grow them. They are aspects of us that we've been feeding all the emotions and all the unexpressed feelings that we've never been able to communicate to anybody, give it to anybody, that we've put underground. All those emotions over a period of time, they become autonomous. They start growing into characters and personalities that can take control of your money, that can take control of your relationships. So that was where I wanted to start with this book, was to make sure everybody was fully aware that, if they are finding themselves in cycles they can't get out in terms of with relationships and money, you can get out, because I did.
Right. Well,
and the book is very clear steps, and of course the color is the aid, the tool.
Yeah. Well, if I like to offer my sort of insight into the book, my perspective, as I said to you already, Moira, I love the clarity of it. You speak in a language that is not only destined to people that are connected with spirituality. People that actually, they're already involved with color energy healing or metaphysics, or you know what I mean. So it is destined for anyone to pick up the book and start feeling into what color energy, feeling into where they're holding themselves back, whether it's relationship wise, whether it's money, whether it's something they would like, a dream they've got and haven't, really see that happening, see it, making real. So this is what the dead devils is. You may call them dead devils, but I like also to be in that respect, that it's like the devils that they're actually playing with us. They are they're very, very sneakingly sort of operating, and we don't even know that we sometimes we can get conscious of it, sometimes we're just completely unaware, and this is where this book helps you to become more aware of them.
Energy now, and the communication, and the olive, which is chapter 4. And in chapter 4 we have a dead devil called the envy devil, and one of the other chapters we have a devil that is to do with slavery. And it was so interesting to watch this play out in my own family. So my sister recently had the courage to she's a CFO of a company, And she's had the courage to move away from and wanting to hand in a resignation to move away from a job where she wasn't valued and she was generally being bullied. She wasn't aware just how deeply she'd gone into the slave mentality of one of her debt devils, keeping her, even though she was earning a good salary, she wasn't happy. So, because being in debt is not just being in debt with money, it's being indebted to your situations where you're unhappy and you're not having any joy and there's no love. And so on this weekend, one of her friends wanted a session because the book inspired her, and she asked for a session with me. But, as you do, you get chatting to the sister as well. So she says to me, she's going to give this woman 2 months notice for the company. I said, Kim, how many legally contractual wise, how much notice are you supposed to give? She says, 30 calendar days. I said, so why are you giving her 2 months notice? And I had to have a little talk with her, because that is, again, she's gone into that mentality of the slave. So the resistance to having her new beginning, to moving away from this job and starting something new, that is coming from one of these debt devils. It's coming from one of these energies, and it will use all sorts of justifications. Say, yes, but you don't want to burn bridges between you, and you want to leave on a good note. And to become aware, they're so subtle. They can operate in such a subtle way that you don't even know that they're there. Good result, though, after the phone call, she decided to only do her 30 days and stop opening herself up to the abuse that this boss keeps giving her. Mm-hmm. But it's becoming aware that we have these energies and how they operate with our money. That's important. And there's 8 of them that I mention in the book that I've worked with my clients over the years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when you're looking at each of these 8 colors in the book, you're looking at the poverty habit, and you're looking also at the prosperity habit.
Yes.
And you're also offering a case study or some sort of personal experience or experience coming from clients that they have agreed to offer their experiences.
Yes.
So I would actually like to open it up to all of us here, all of you here. If there's something that you would like to ask Moira, or if something like when you said, Moira, to me, choose a color from 1 to 8, for example. Maybe we can offer that possibility for those of you who haven't got a connection with Moira personally, because like Linda, Constance, and Janet, you haven't got that connection. You just met her now. So if you'd like to, I'm giving you the option to play a little bit and see if there's something out of these 8 colors. You can choose one. So Moira can explain a bit more, I think.
Yes, so maybe have a look at where do you in your life still have cycles of not enough love, not enough money. Where have you been struggling to kind of break a ceiling of limitation to do with how much money and how much love you allow in your life? So think about that kind of concept, and if there is something you want to ask me, ask away.
Right.
Really quiet then. Yeah. The only thing that while you were talking, Moira, and I was listening to you talking about numbers and colours and those sorts of things. One of the things that I've been learning about in the UK is the balance procedure. I don't know if you've come across that with Jenny Cox. So today's number, and it ties in with the colour green, and you mentioned magenta as well, is the number 4. So I haven't got a clue what number 4 in your book is, but because that particular card sort of leapt out at me because it's the numerology for today, but it also linked all the things that everybody's been talking about today, whether it might be useful to have a look at number 4.
Well, number 4 in the book is the olive, and the servant debt devil I was talking about with my sister comes out of the chapter for magenta, and magenta and olive are kind of complementary. So if we have a look at the olive recalibration, one of the things it says here in the book, how the book works, by the way, ladies, is it gives you a section on how the color links and works with the law of attraction, because your thoughts, your energy, your belief systems, everything that's part of your magnetic field goes out, and it's a force field that goes out and starts attracting the same things to you. So the key is here to change the energy that you have within your own force field, in your body, in your mind, in your heart. And you can use color to do that. You can use it very intentionally. You can say, I want to use this chapter 4's color olive to give me a new beginning, because that is what olive is mostly about. It's about a new beginning, and it's about hope for the future. So if you desire a new beginning, the more olive you begin to put into your energy force field, the more likely you're going to be to attract that towards you. And that's really what's been written about in the first section in chapter 4. Then the poverty habit is about material possessions possessing you. So it's quite a fancy little title, material possessions possessing you. Now, the reason I put that chapter in there is, if you want a new beginning, you've got to have a look at what your material circumstances are around you. Have you cluttered yourself down with so many doings and activities and objects that you're so busy dusting and cleaning and polishing and arranging and managing and you know, toing and froing, that you don't spend time on yourself? You don't spend time on actually working on a new beginning. So have a look at, is your space cluttered? Do you need to declutter? Do you need to begin to move furniture, to begin to move things in the house so that they take up less of your time? So it's about managing your new beginning energy as opposed to managing your possessions. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And then what happens there is in the book, there is a section that says, what actions do you need to take? So let's go and have a look at that page. I can't remember the page numbers in my head, so I'm also looking it up here quickly for you. By the time you go through a whole bunch of editors and book architects, you also kind of get a little bit right. So the olive action to bring this olive energy in to help you. The olive action in the book says, create an olive colored gratitude journal. Does anybody have gratitude journals?
No.
Oh, come on, guys, get them. They are fantastic items. So it says, create an olive colored gratitude journal. Find the most beautiful book or cover a book with beautiful olive paper. Every morning before you do anything, before you even get out of bed, write down at least 3 things with a beautiful pen that you are grateful for in your life, even if they have not happened yet. Mm-hmm. So what I did this morning, my 3 things that I was grateful for this morning was actually Chrisoula. You were on my gratitude list this morning. I went, thank you for Chrisoula and for the networking that she's doing to bring people together. So you were actually on the list.
Thank you.
And the next thing I was grateful for was, I just thought of my husband and the work he's currently doing, very, very quietly in the background, not particular work that is enjoyable. He makes the most out of it, but he's doing it for a short period of time so that I am able to spend this time getting the book launched and the business kind of activated here, fully activated. So I just thought, I'm so grateful to him. Mm-hmm. And then I thought, well, what else could I be grateful for today? So it's become like a game in my head already. It's like, what are the 3 juicy things I can think of that are going to make me feel really wow about the day? And I thought, now hold on a minute. Some of this gratitude stuff has to be about being grateful for something that hasn't happened yet. Mm. So I thought to myself, what hasn't happened yet that I'm already grateful for? And I thought, I'm grateful for all those pounds that I've lost. And I thought, that's a good one, because I'm on this nutritional program at the moment, and I'm just waiting for the pounds to fall off, and they're taking their time. So I thought, well, I'll just thank them ahead of time. So go for it. Do a gratitude journal, and you know, and in the book there are very practical tips. And I have a confession to make about the book, ladies. I am extremely ADD. I mean, my attention span is the size of a gnat's brain. I really can't remember one thing to the next. So after writing the book and it started, and the first proof copy came out, and I read it with a different perspective, because now it was bound in a book. I read these short, sharp little paragraphs of information. I thought, oh my God, I've written this thing for people with ADD like me. And I'm having the most amazing response to the book because they're saying it's short, it's sweet. I don't fall asleep reading like I normally do. I can pick it up, read a bit, put it down. So if you have trouble concentrating and you want a book to give you very quick, short, sharp explanations and information, this is the kind of book, apparently the kind of books I'll be writing in my lifetime.
It's perfect. They're perfect.
It is perfect. We're so busy nowadays. We don't, I don't know how many books I have on my shelves that I really would like to read, but, they're just kind of too big, too long, and a little overwhelming. So with this, like you said, Moira, it's just very easily short paragraphs. And I actually had a girlfriend over yesterday, and she was talking about her debt that she's in. She's, been borrowing money from her parents and just repeating these patterns. I've known her for so long. So I said, let's open up a page. And she opened up to the turquoise page. And we read just what was on the page. It was to a T exactly what she needed to hear. She ended up crying about it and, got this message that she was enough. That she was enough.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's exactly my intention behind that book. I wanted it to bring healing. And I didn't care who you were. I didn't care whether you were a businessman or whether you were a spiritual healer. I didn't care. I just wanted the healing to go out. I actually put the diamond bottle, the bottle G27 from the Color Mirror system, from the minute I started writing and printing off the pages. And I've been at this since April last year. It's been a year-long project. Every time I had a stack of them together, I put the diamond bottle on top to energize it. I was determined that this book was going to have that multiple kind of, because the diamond has got all the colors. It had to talk to everybody about anything. So that was a very big intention. So thank you for that, Sarah. That's very lovely. Thank you.
Oh, it's helped me personally a lot because of everything on how things have been in my life, and just opening every now and again has really solidified where my devils are. And I didn't realize I had that many devils. And the neat thing is because I leave it out and my husband's been picking it up and he's been looking at it, and I take it everywhere with me. It's become a companion, and every place I go, and this one woman that we were speaking of earlier, she is full aware of the universe, what's going on, but still very, very business. And I handed her the book, and I said, and I asked her, I said, just, what is it that you feel is really, really stopping you from moving forward with your business plan? And she said, well, she's had several sessions with me. And I said, I know that there's something else that you're just not allowing yourself to open up to or allowing, me into. So, and it was a phone session the first time. And then we met up at my friend's store, and I handed her the book, and she opened it, and her thing, she goes, oh my God, this is exactly what I've been stuck. And she just looked at me. She goes, I have to have this. So it really made a profound impact. And she's an entrepreneur, and she's also an inventor. So she was really, really stuck. And when I read it, I started to laugh, and I said, isn't this something that we've been speaking about the past few months? And she goes, I know. She goes, but I just couldn't get it into my head.
Wow.
So she'll be coming in 2 weeks for a session with the bottles, because now she understands even just from that. It was actually, she only read half a page, and it was enough to sell her. So it was crazy.
Yes,
oh, beautiful.
It is actually sometimes things are coming to our lives, and it's like knocking on a brick wall. There's nothing's penetrating that, and then you hear it again and again, and another slap on the face, and coming, different instructions, different ways coming up, and then suddenly, you get it. So it could be the book, it could be the way you spoke to her, Kathy, it could be the way she was open to receive the information and allow that to come to her and reach her deep, So yes, but it's beautiful.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Can I just finish? I was just thinking the lady who was asking about the magenta and the olive.
Yeah.
Janet.
If you're drawn to that color combination right now, and you're looking at this chapter 4, which is the new beginning, the new beginning that's coming up for you that needs balance in your life is to bring your love and money and your creative expression into balance. That's so the new phase of your life has to be equal attention spent on your spirituality and your creativity, equal attention being given to your grounding. In other words, looking after your money and finding different ways of working and manifesting with the energy of money. And that would challenge a little bit, because that means, doing some different things to do around how you manifest and create, not just money, but also obviously love and joy, because I always believe prosperity is all three of them. It's love, joy, and money. So I would say to you to say to the universe, okay, if there is a new beginning in a different way for me to have it all, to have the balance of everything, let it come in and bring people, bring opportunities, bring things into my space. And then you need to commit and say, whatever turns up, I'm going to say yes to, and give it a trial run. Just test the waters. Don't say no to anything. Just give it a try and see what happens. Okay. So that way you'll get your new beginning, and that magenta and olive vibration will help you.
Mm-hmm. Lovely. Thank you.
There's a bottle, Janet.
Yeah, sounds good.
This is I love. It's number 24. This beautiful bottle. I love it.
I can see it next to you on the shelf, but it's the other way around.
Yeah. So that's the one. Yes. Basically says you can have it all. That's the key message.
Yeah.
And that's the whole philosophy also behind this new 21-day program that you may have heard me talking about. Golden Keys to Prosperity. It's actually, that's the whole philosophy underpinning the program. You can have it all: love, money, and joy. And that's how prosperity can manifest in our lives. So Constance, is there a question you have or something you like to contribute, or it's all good? I'm just saying if you like to ask anything. Or
yeah, well, I was thinking about the question to Maura, but what is really actually up in my system is that I have the habit to accept that something is good enough. So I don't go for, the ultimate goal or the ideal, or I just think, okay, this is good enough. I'll settle for that. And I need to get out of that. So
Yes.
That's one of my challenges.
Yes, I would say that is definitely a challenge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold that question in the forefront of my mind, and I'm going to open randomly the book at a page, and let's see what pops up. Okay, let's give this a trial run live right here. So here we go. Randomly opening. Okay, it's come up at a wow. Okay, so we are looking at that poverty habit again, that material possessions possessing you. Have you noticed that often people with financial issues have an attachment to their material goods? It is possible to attach value to items to emulate feeling valuable when your bank account has no value in it. And your material possessions could, however, be owning you and draining your energy, as they need regular maintenance and cleaning, creating time poverty, where you do not have enough time in the day to look after your goods and to focus on your intention for creating more cash flow. Olive relates to spaces, and what you fill those spaces with is very symbolic. When you are locked into a poverty mindset, your possessions may be reflecting that not enough belief, and it can delay the law of attraction to bring you your new beginning. You can identify using color analysis through the combination of olive, I have no value, and the gold, I have no power. That very much relates to that bottle number 10 that Chrisoula showed you earlier. Mm-hmm. And that could be a serious hoarding issue. Now, this is not just hoarding in terms of physical possessions, but this is hoarding those patterns up here that you believe in to be your truth. Yeah. So to stop hoarding, you may require the intervention of a therapist, as this issue could last for many years and eventually affect mental health. Now, go around. So one of the ways to help you to work at this pattern and to begin to go that this isn't actually good enough, I deserve more, I want more, is to do the following exercise. So go around your house with a sheet of paper and clipboard and answer these questions. How many glasses, cups, and crockery is chipped, cracked, ancient, or not matching sets? How many items in the fridge and cupboards are past their sell-by date? How many items of clothes do you have in your wardrobe that you have not worn for over 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
How many items that you wear regularly are threadbare, fluffed out, and stained? How many half or almost empty used bottles of creams, makeup, and toiletries are you storing? Are your towels fresh, fluffy, color-coded, or are they rags that exfoliate your skin? Check the linen closet. How many sets of bedding are stored that you've not used in 2 years? Your debt devils will want you to hang on to those items using the "it has sentimental value" or "I'll never find that item again" to stop you from decluttering. Be clear that if you keep that sentimental stained mug, it is with the intention that it's not because you are poor and can't afford another mug. Discard whatever you feel represents the you of the past, the you that struggled and felt you did not have enough. The symbolism of letting go of what is broken and old will help the law of attraction to notice your intention and decision that you deserve better quality goods and to begin working on matching items to your new value system. Does that help?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, so a good way to start tackling a pattern is actually to start doing it symbolically with things that you have, with possessions, with items in your home, and that anything that represents you. I find it astonishing sometimes, for example, when women get divorced, that they will still sleep on the same mattress that them and their ex-husband used to sleep on. And I'm like, it has that old energy of an old relationship. And they go, I can't attract a new love into my life. And I go, have you thought of tossing the mattress? Little things like that. We don't realize how much we use the symbology of the stuff in our houses and in our life to keep us stuck in the past.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I
hope
really
that
need
helps.
to do some decluttering. I was already started with that, but
good.
I'll get it up a little more.
Okay.
You know, I learned that one the hard way, really, because when I left South Africa and I immigrated to England, I left with absolutely nothing. I had one suitcase, and when Paul and I left England to come to Canada, we made a very conscious decision to do exactly that again. We left everything, gave everything away, sold up, and we came with our suitcases. That was it. So that everything we have here represents our new life, new energy, and a whole new beginning and a new value system. And for the things that I haven't yet got that represent a higher value system, like, you know, living by the lake on waterfront property, for example, I have a picture of that, and that goes in my visualization board. So it says to universe, okay, where I am now is pretty cool, but you know, I want more. And this is what it looks like.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
And by the way, how I get it is not. And how I get it is not my problem.
Nope.
That's God's problem.
It's coming.
You can't have someone like Melissa Jolly making us these amazing bottles, of bottle 24 that says you can have it all.
Yeah.
Right. And then it doesn't happen. It's just, that's not a possibility. So, yeah.
But you can have it all for what is meant for you.
Yes.
Now, you see, hold on. I'm going to call you out on that one, Catherine. It's not what's meant for you. Because that says that there's an external force that has power over you that decides what's meant for you. And that actually is still very old religious teachings. What we know now and what color has taught us and what we're all still busy learning and I'm still experimenting with, to tell you the truth, is that everything you say you want, everything that you desire will come to you. The only limitation we put on it is because we still believe it's only what's meant or what we deserve or, you know, what our brains can cope with. So always dream bigger, think bigger, because you can have anything. Yeah, I'm busy experimenting with that.
Yeah, that's the point. So I want to dream bigger and I want to get rid of the it's good enough mindset.
Play big.
Yeah.
You know, the wonderful thing about this book is I take the reader on a journey. If you can dip in it, you know, from, you know, different pages and different sections. But if you did read it from front to the end, you will see that there's a process with the colors, that the reader gets taken on a journey. So that by the time you go through the 8 colors and you get to the 8th color, which is the diamond, you then have a look at, well, if I had opened up to saying I deserve everything, that anything is possible and I can have anything that I put my mind to, what can I do with that? And then the diamond chapter, it says here, you could be a philanthropist. You could become Bill Gates. You know, the Bill Gates and Melinda Gates Foundation, where they've donated 40 billion to various projects in impoverished countries and communities. You could become a Warren Buffett, who also donated. He donated 38 billion to that same foundation, plus money to various other organizations as well. So just think about it. If you had to remove the not enough, or I don't deserve, or only so much and I'll settle for it, and you removed all of that, could you be a philanthropist?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's on that high note that the book ends. To give us all, it's the carrot in front of the donkey. It's a challenge for all of us, because it's very difficult for us, especially when we come from a spiritual service community, where we go, as long as I'm serving, I'm okay. I don't need to have lots of money. I don't need to have fancy homes and cars. As long as I'm serving and making a difference and my heart's happy, I'm happy. And it's very difficult for us to think beyond that. But if you did, you could make a genuine impact on this planet and with your billions. So do you want to earn thousands, millions, or billions? It's up to you.
Yeah, sounds really good. And I love it that you're also from South Africa, because I was born there.
My grandmother is from Holland, and I have an incredible love affair with Amsterdam. I have to tell you, I love that city. And in fact, when my son turned 21, that's where we headed to go and have a party. Just him and I. We went to Amsterdam. We had to go reconnect to our roots.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes. And one last thing that I like to bring into the call that speaks to me is also love. I love the aspect of Olive that talks about uniqueness, embracing your uniqueness, and that's something that I like to end, to complete the call, by saying that every single one of you've got uniqueness. You are unique. So if there's a point that you say I'm not good enough, just embrace that thing, that whatever I bring into this world is unique. Maybe there are so many other people that organize online courses. There's so many other people that write books. There's so many other people that do videos. There's so many. So what? Here we are. And we'll carry on writing books. We'll carry on doing the work we love to do, because we need to bring our own unique energy out there to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So thank you so much. I would like, Linda, I don't know if you're still there, my dear. Your screen is dark, but anyway, I'd love to say a big thank you to the 3 ladies from Canada, Catherine, Sarah, and my lovely Moira, guest speaker today. Congratulations on your book, 8 Colors of Prosperity. And Moira is my teacher and my mentor, and I'm delighted. I know you're in Canada, Moira, but our connection is very strong and very deep. And thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And please friend me on Facebook. I'd love to connect with the ladies that I've very briefly met here tonight. I'd appreciate to have a friend.
Of course.
Request.
Of course.
We'll chat some more. Yeah.
Dan, it's lovely to meet you, because we are connected on Facebook. Now we are actually here connected. Thank you so much. And Constance, my love, thank you. Thank you for joining us again. Linda, hello, goodbye. Okay. So we're back next month with another New Moon Online Women's Circle. And again, we're going to be looking at different energies, and then another guest speaker with more exploration. And we're carrying on this lovely quest to find more love, more money, more joy, and prosperity. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye.